Jeremiah 17:24-27, Keep the Sabbath Day Holy, Part 2. But first, please help my humble channel to grow. Like, subscribe, share, comment, any combination thereof. Why? Because you're beautiful on the inside and on the outside. That's why. But if you listen to me, declares the Lord, and bring in no burden by the gates of the city on the Sabbath day, but keep the Sabbath day holy, and do not work on it, then there shall enter by the gates of this city kings and princes who sit on the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses, they and their officials, the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and this city shall be inhabited forever. You see how important it is to keep the Sabbath holy? Dedicated unto the Lord, to rest, to not work. And people shall come from the cities of Judah and the places around Jerusalem, from the land of Benjamin, from the Shephelah, from the hill country, and from the Negeb, bringing burnt offerings and sacrifices, grain offerings and frankincense, and bringing thank offerings to the house of the Lord. People all over would come to Jerusalem to worship the Lord, perhaps from all over Israel, or perhaps even from beyond. But if you do not listen to me to keep the Sabbath day holy, and not to bear a burden and enter by the gates of Jerusalem, okay, that's having business and commerce on the Sabbath. On the Sabbath day, then I will kindle a fire in its gates, and it shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem, and shall not be quenched. Whether you worship on your Sabbath from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, like I do, like was ordained in the Bible, until the Catholic Church made it illegal. It's like in the 500s for people to worship on the Sabbath the way God ordained it. It is one of the 10 commandments. Not only did they make it legal, they made it a capital offense. They could be put to death if they kept the Sabbath the way that God's word originally tells us to do, instituted by God himself. Or if you keep it like on Sunday, which is what the Catholic Church did, and what they impose on everyone, and what unfortunately the Protestant Church continued to do, which is why the Catholic Church still believes that they own all Protestants who still worship on Sunday, because that was a man-made edict. I recommend keeping the Sabbath Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, and if you don't like what I have to say, because I thought that's not normal at all when I first heard about it, the Lord had to really work on me and change me to get me to keep Sabbath the way he wanted it done. Pray to him and ask him to guide you and to lead you. If you're not willing to keep Sabbath the way God ordained it, from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, keep it holy. Don't work. Spend time with the Lord. Acknowledge that he is our creator. Without him, this amazing cosmos would never exist. We would never exist to think a thought that respects, honors, hallows, and venerates him because he's holy, or to think a thought that fails to do that, or to even think a thought that we think is independent of God, even though he knows all of our thoughts before we think them. I said I'm loved all you beautiful born-again targeted individuals. God bless.